Ebony. I'm back again with another video. I'm going to start a series where I'm going to do reactions to videos that you guys sent me. So I have like a whole camera roll full of videos that people sent me. So I'm going to just kind of chunk them and like divide them up into certain categories and things like that. And this one is specifically going to be about this series is going to be about the shift that's happening. So a lot of people know about the 3D versus the 5D, and the shift that we're going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And it's not just about like spirituality. I mean, it's mainly spiritual. The shift is spiritual, but what I wanted to kind of emphasize is that everything is like the veil is lifting from everything and everybody. So things like politics, even the industry, like Hollywood, entertainment, everything is getting a veil lift. So we're going to react to some of those videos, and it's going to be a range of topics that I have picked for you guys today. So let's get into it. 1 second, y'all. For instance, the Epstein stuff. Um, oh no, I can't even play that. No, I wish I could, y'all. I hope I can. So let's jump into this other video. Hopefully that plays. But this lady is
I want to
infected.
talk to Black America, okay? Because see, that's the only people I want to talk to because we need to heal our own nation. We
Oh no, I'm sorry, y'all.
I want to talk to Black America, okay? Because see, that's the only people I want to talk to because we need to heal our own nation. We really do. We got problems, and these problems ain't no fault of the white man. These are all problems that we're bringing on ourselves. But I want to talk to you guys, and I want the opinion, and I want y'all to get this message over to Abby Phillips over there in CNN because it seems like the women who are supposed to be the most educated, the men that are supposed to be the most educated, the divine nine, it seems like they're all idiots and don't have common sense. Like I'm serious. Like everybody who is an AKA Delta, the Alphas, the Qs, your Roland Martins and your Stephen A. Smith. Come on. Where's the common sense set with these people? Every day I see Abby Phillips saying something stupid. Scott Jennings got to come in there and correct her, and she still want to combat it. Even the other two black ladies that are on CNN, are y'all being paid to be this dumb? I'm not downing you. You know why you always come out on a black lady or a black man. We need better leaders. People with common sense. Because I just don't understand how Abby Phillips sits up there every day and says idiotic stuff. Lord, I'm so glad I didn't be a part of these groups, your Greek organizations that take oaths to Satan. Because it seems like Satan has caused y'all to be dumbed down. It seems like the oaths that you guys have taken are backfiring on you because your common sense is gone. All you can think is racism and victimhood. And you have no original thought of yourself. Are they paying y'all to be this dumb? Somebody help us out. This is why CNN's ratings are down the drain. Kamala and all her friends, all her supposedly most educated, are turning out to be some of the dumbest people in the world. We need to get it together, Black America.
I fully agree. Now, I went to a HBCU, and I would say it's such a weird vibe when it comes to like the Divine Nine and all the like sororities and fraternities and stuff. Like it's almost cult like. And I have people that I still try to contact me from college that don't believe me. Like, what are you talking about? Like it's nothing like what you think and all that. And I'm like, okay, but you're like at the lowest part of the totem pole when it comes to Freemasonry, Easter stars, and all the way up to like the Skull and Bones, and then eventually the Cabal. So, and all of it is part of the Boule. So all of this like Black Boule talk, like I feel like, and I'm so disappointed when it comes to like all of this as well. Like it's not that I don't want to see our people win or get into high places and things of that nature. It's more so because this idea of like black excellence that they set out, like to their standard, is also, like she said, it's like such a dumbed down like you can't really you can't really rely on those people like Roland Martin or Kamala Harris and the AKAs of this. And I had friends that like cut me off this past election season because I was just like, both sides are just trash. And I was telling them to like, I don't. It's not that I love Trump or nothing like that, but some of the stuff he was speaking was facts, and then a lot of the stuff from the other side was just like they had no policies, no actual fight when it comes to Kamala and everything. It was just, well, she's not that guy. And it's like y'all think we're stupid. And I was trying to tell my friends that, the ones that cut me off or whatever the case may be. I was trying to tell them like we gotta wake up. Like they're not gonna do anything for us until we move independent, at the very least independent, and let them earn our vote. Because as long as they just say, "Oh, the black people gonna vote blue no matter who," they don't have to actually do anything for us because they're like, "We have y'all in the bag. Like we don't gotta worry about y'all. Y'all got Stockholm syndrome so much. Like y'all just go for the okie doke every fucking time. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have Meg the Stallion dance. We have the AKAs, and just because your auntie, uncle, whoever else is AKAs, alphas, Q dogs, and everything else, you got a whole financial like backbone in your family surrounding this, and the whole black boule and everything. You're telling other people they shouldn't care about the economy, telling other people that they shouldn't care about the border being open and the social work system being bombarded and overrun and overworked and burnt out. Our own homeless citizens not getting any of the benefits that the illegal immigrants are getting. But I digress. But I feel like there's a shift happening where we're seeing a lot of people move independent, especially black people move independent. And I love that for us. Like get away, get off the Democratic plantation. If that's the last thing you do, I don't care if you're a Republican, I don't care if you go independent, but the Democrats have to learn that like you're not just going to have our vote just off of nothing. Just because you, oh, we're going to do these things for your rights and gay rights and this and that, and they put everybody else above us. Even Kamala was like, well, why would I do something specifically for black people when something for black people would eventually be for everybody? And it's like, man, because we've been asking for reparations for building this, our ancestors building this whole country, and the people that enslaved our ancestors building generational wealth from the free labor that was slavery, and us getting just Tyrone Rat experiment type of neighborhoods, liquor stores on every corner, churches that are only telling you that you got to look outside of yourself for some type of peace and enlightenment instead of inside of yourself. Like it's all a corrupt mess. Let me tip off 1 second. Making tacos, had to check on the rice. But she went off though. I'm not going to get into the rest of the video for right now, but if you want to see the rest of the video, her at is IY the Proverbs dot 31. So you can see the rest of that video on TikTok. Shout out to that creator. But outside of like politics and things of that nature, I wish I could play this one video for y'all with the Epstein thing, but there's a whole war going on in the skies right now. So there's people that have talked about like how they hear booming underground sounds, stuff from like for instance, Atlanta has been so rainy for like this entire summer pretty much. It's not like when I first moved here, it was like, a little bit rainy here and there. We might have like a week of rain and then like 3 weeks of sunshine. Now it's like reverse. It's the opposite. 3 whole weeks of rain, maybe 1 week of sunshine, and then back to 3 weeks of rain. And so it's been just crazy for a minute. And I think a lot of times, like I've had this theory that the since there's extraterrestrials coming back and there's probably a war going on in the skies between either two races of extraterrestrials fighting over Earth, pretty much fighting over like the spiritual warfare is really over like our consciousness, like our minds and things of that nature. So, are we going to, well, like, I feel like the government is kind of trying to cover it up by manufacturing these storms. And some might be like, manufacturing storms? What do you mean? Cloud seeding, weather modification, HARP, HAARP. Like, if you've ever heard of that, like, I remember back when I was like in middle school looking up videos about HARP and Antarctica and how they have like, bases in Alaska as well, trying to modify the weather. And so people were like assuming it was a conspiracy theory at the time, but now we know cloud seeding is real. Dubai just flooded because of cloud seeding. So it's real. It's just our government don't want us to know about it because they're weaponizing it. And they're weaponizing it so we can't see what's going on in the skies. So, but we're going to get into what this creator said. Uh, Gangsta Girl Chronicles. I mean, I'm guessing she just kind of posted what this guy said, but we'll get into it.
If y'all see the it said I made a post about the UFOs intercepting missiles and all that other shit, right? Is extraterrestrials involved in this fight over the earth with us? The fight is over the entire earth. And the fight is over humanity, the hearts and minds and soul of the humans, who which side they're gonna be on and who they gonna pick. That's why it say uh Archangel Michael and his army. You are part of the army of light, fighting on the side of good, quote unquote, righteousness, because you picked your side. Within the cosmos, within Earth, within this war, human beings are a part of that war. We will become casualties of that war. But which side are you dying on? The light or the dark side of which kingdom and of the war? Humanity, no matter if you want to or not, you're a part of the war. Somebody gonna ask me, so if America send you over here and they draft you, you fighting for them, nigga? If your cousin a Crip, nigga, and some Bloods come kill him, nigga, that's your war. Or if you was born with some Crips and you like, yeah, I'm going down the street, I don't want to be Crip. The Bloods gonna see you as Crip. You inherit wars as humans, and whatever nation we inherit certain wars, and this is one of them. So everybody like, I ain't going, I ain't, nigga. You better be war ready. It don't matter if you want to or not, nigga. You better be war ready.
Facts. That's facts.
It's war on all sides of whatever. Humanity always involved in some wars, nigga. You're gonna be involved in one over your lifetime. So it's not as you ready, nigga. It's gonna have to. You feel me? But yeah, the earth is war within the firmaments. The war is not in the heavens, it's now, it's here. And we getting closer to that war. It's stargates on a system that's on a and within the firmament that's closed and shit. Above the firmament that's closed, nobody can get in or out. This is why they doing underground tunnels, because the war is now. It's taking place now. The war was over the planet. Nobody can leave. Nobody can exit, nigga. It's going down on the planet, my nigga. And all the wars that y'all see humans and where they get these weapons from, it's extraterrestrials and human beings at war, nigga.
And had he explained it a little better than I could. Like there's a lady on TikTok. I wish I would have had one of her videos. I probably do have one of her videos, but I'm gonna show y'all. Like she's kind of documenting everywhere that people are kind of seeing and hearing these things going on in the skies, seeing UFOs, getting weird rain. Like there's purple rain coming down. There's rain with like these heavy metals coming into like the atmosphere, and like people are breathing that in. It's all types of stuff going on. And of course, the news is not telling you. And of course, we're like, oh, well, you get your news from TikTok. Um, if anything, is individual journalism, and that's what I would consider myself as an individual journalist and reactor, of course, but or independent. I think that's what it's called, an independent journalist and a reactor. And so, like, I feel like it's more so like things happen in the sky. There's a spiritual shift. There's always been extraterrestrials here. So when people are like, "Oh, aliens are coming," aliens have been here. They have been here, and people are saying like, "Oh, they're coming out the ocean," and it makes sense because if I was coming into a planet or coming back to a planet, and I'm like, "Ah, shit!" Like the land is infested with these beings that either like my race either probably created them, and they just populated the whole earth. But where would I go to where I'm undetected? They can't come to at all. I don't have to worry about them at all. Probably go to the the ocean, because the spaceship itself was already set to be somewhere without oxygen anyway. And who's to even say that they need oxygen for real? Like people are like, oh well, to have life you need oxygen, water, sunlight, da da da. If they're a different life form, who's to say they don't breathe like sulfur dioxide or something like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's like when they say the ocean is 99% like unexplored. Why do you think that is? Like, you think they went to the moon but didn't get to the bottom of the ocean yet? It's not that they didn't get there or discovered like that far into the ocean. One is probably because they can't, and then another reason, they don't want to. There's shit in there that they're like, we're not risking our life for it. Shit, we know what's down there. They down there and we up here, we're gonna leave them alone. But to get into the lady that I follow with like when she tracks everything, I think it's her right here. Her video.
All right, I want y'all to add this stuff to your watch list, not just the booming, but the weird cloud formations, weird color distributions, which I'm getting a lot of. When the lightning is flashing, it's different colors, a myriad of blues, reds, pinks. Then we saw those orbs too with the blue, purple. So look for that. Just if you're not hearing the boomings, look for this stuff. Flashing lights without the thunder and seemingly two sunsets. Now this is in Louisiana, so I'm putting a star by that. I also got one by Illinois and Cali now. Cali is reporting that they've been hearing this shit for months. Literally, they've been hearing it for months. Long bouts of thunder with the different colors. The booming, full weeks of clear and sunny skies, and then it turned dark. You'll hear the booming, the lightning, and the colors. Okay. Now, I got 2 mixed messages from Nevada, so I'm not including them. I can't. I'm not getting enough set information on that. One person said nothing here in Nevada. It just could be the part of the state that they're in. But then someone else said that they are hearing it in Nevada. So both in Las Vegas, by the way. So I can't definitively add that. South Carolina, I've been hearing from them, but nothing more than that they're hearing it. Minnesota and Central Kentucky. So right now we are at 19 states, not including Nevada. 19 out of 50. Let's go.
And that's ENJ Castle. ENJ Castle. But I love her. She breaks down everything. She posts the videos sometimes here and there. And it's very like it's easy to kind of like just see like a bunch of people saying like, oh, I'm hearing them too, I'm hearing them too. But then she actually asks people like, where are you hearing them and seeing these things happen and stuff, and kind of maps it out like, okay, we got it in Canada, Jamaica, East Coast, West Coast, all of the United States, and even some in like the UK and stuff. Drones are being seen over there, or Dior bags, like people like to call them, for censorship reasons. And that's even another thing. Like, why is it that we have to have an entire another thing? Like, even Trump was saying, like, we already know what these are. Like, the government already knows what they are. Of course, he said it while the last administration was in office. So he was like, they're just not telling y'all and this, that, and the third. But now that he's in office, we haven't heard him tell us what's up. He know what's up. He just either can't or whatever the case may be. And I do feel like when it comes to Trump, like he's being controlled, but also playing both sides. Like he wants to do, he may want to do right by the people, but there's also the money at play, the power at play, and probably even his life. When it comes to like the Epstein video, like I wanted to play the Epstein video, but when it comes to the Epstein files and everything like that, like when he's like, there are no, he didn't say there are no Epstein files, but the other lady, I guess, forgot her name, don't want to mess it up or sound not credible, but somebody, was saying like, there's no Epstein files. I went crazy and was just like, I'm about to share the Epstein files that I found because I found, actually, we can find them right now. Let me see. Black Vault. I think it's the Black Vault documents. Um, but you can really find this is the corona. This is COVID. I was going crazy on COVID, but we'll get into that in another video. But the Black Vault is pretty much where I get all of my information because it goes off of the Freedom of Information Act, and like you can, there's a bunch of like documents on here and everything. So you can go from like paranormal case files down to like let's go into Epstein because I have it saved on my phone, but I'm not using my phone right now. Well, yeah, not using it for this. What is it? Epstein. I should search Epstein. And you can see the flight logs, all types of stuff. So for them to say there's no files like that's like a slap in the face. So I just started sending them to people, asking people, posting it like, y'all want the files? I got them. I got the flight logs, the contact list, all that. So, and then for him to say like, well, who cares about the Epstein? Like, he's dead. Da, da, da. No, he's not. It's either he's not dead, or he was going to expose everybody, and they came in and killed that man. And there's a minute of footage missing from outside of his cell anyway. So who knows what happened in that minute? And they know that too. So, like this one, there's like 3 whole things on Epstein. There's one there, 1,000. There's 1,300 pages in this one document alone. So for them to say there's no Epstein list, there's no files, maybe there's no actual client list, but the files by itself, you can find clues and things of that nature here and there. So I haven't really, I heard that there's like, they're releasing it now and stuff like that. Um, but I haven't really looked into any like recently for it, except for just like the files that I found here. Let me try to go to his flight logs because I know it's like at like 500 or something like that, maybe 600, or like page 6. And then a lot of this is like heavily redacted too. So it's like there's only like, why would everything be so heavily redacted? And likely it's because actually this all of this wasn't redacted before, which is crazy, but now it is. Um, but it's likely because the government is all involved, like judges, attorneys, attorney generals, CIA members, and Epstein himself was a Mossad agent anyway. Which, if you don't know what the Mossad is, it's like the CIA but for Israel. And so we all know that Israel is pretty much just a colony of the United States. It's pretty much like a fucking what is it called? Territorial trust, like Puerto Rico and whatnot, because everything that it's like APAC controls the entire government pretty much. Like they all have all of our politicians blackmailed with pedophilia and all types of crazy shit, crimes against humanity in general. And all of that kind of ties into Loosh Gathering and Adrenochrome. We'll do some more episodes on all that stuff eventually, but that's like, you know, I didn't expect to actually get into the Epstein files here, but I just wanted to like skim and show you guys. A lot of this is like, fucking scribbles and whatnot. You see, we would help, or we would like to help you and find that. Would you like to do a redacted? So a lot of this stuff is like annoying. So like all of this being redacted is annoying as hell to me. But of course, that's what happens when they're like, oh yeah, Freedom of Information Act, we're gonna release this, and this. Yeah. Attempted travel, attempted enticement, second visit, all types of shit, man. Like, of course, when you get something from the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, they're gonna be like, sure, just take out all the incriminating shit. Duh. So what we're getting is kind of like the most, like just the proof that there is like and was a whole like investigation pretty much, but we're not getting any, information. about specific people and things of that nature. But that's it for this video. Hopefully, in the next video, I'm gonna get really, deep into everything in the files. But this is going to be the website I recommend y'all go to, the Black Vault, if you want to search up anything. And then I have tons of other videos that people send me, but I'm gonna break them down into a whole episode series. And if you want to send me any videos, you can send them to me on Instagram at thepalette.mag or thepalette_mag. Um, then you can send them on TikTok if you want. That's Omni Ebony, Omni_Ebony, or it might just be Omni Ebony. So it's OMNIEBONY. And then you can also send them to my email, ebonyxix@gmail.com. I'll link everything in the description. But for now, I would love for y'all to have an amazing day. Find peace if you haven't already, and be great.